it is late. That is what you're thinking. Why are we here, John?
Ops 29.
It's late.
Microsoft Flight Simulator.
I know. It is.
Ops 29.0.0 left parent. 6. Start virtual start recording checkbox not checked. Start virtual camera checkbox not checked. Stop streaming checkbox checked. Ops 29. Microsoft Flight Simulator dash 1. Microsoft star on type Microsoft Flight Sim.
Loading, please wait. 58%.
Yes, it is late, my friends. But we are going to do a test flight. I did install FStramp, the latest version. I got to tell you a secret. I'm not sure if it's going to work. Shh. Don't tell nobody. Keep it a secret. Don't tell no one. Seriously, man. Don't tell on me. No, I'm just kidding. Well, I'm kidding, but I'm not kidding because I don't know. I've never messed with FStramp 2020. I don't know. I was told that it's working better now. So we're going to use a...
Loading, please wait. 59%.
We're going to use...
Loading, please wait. 60%. Let's get the
folder view list ops real weather 11 of RCV4.x dash short restream chat 6 of 64 wait context met open with troubleshoot pin to stop 7 pin trouble open with run as administrator folder view list restream chat 6 of 64
chat,
normal cursor app start cursor
tonight. I doubt it, but you never
normal
know.
Cursor app start cursor normal cursor
maybe somebody will be here, you know.
Restream chat row 1 column 1 wait
I
cursor
mean, maybe.
normal cursor restream chat
I don't know.
70.
type of
We'll
message
find
edit
out.
tag.
All right.
Disable button enable button normal cursor
Enable. Chat
Loading,
is
please wait.
enabled. So
folder view list
73%.
restream Microsoft star untitled restream Microsoft Flight Simulator Microsoft
if you're with me at this time of night, by all means, go ahead and throw me a message. We are streaming everywhere. Twitch, Facebook, YouTube. 2 different places on YouTube.
Loading, please wait. 7.
A couple spots on Facebook.
Loading,
It's
please
supposed
wait.
to even send a tweet out. I don't know if that
79%.
works. Hey, be sure to follow us on Twitter. I'd like to get the account more followers.
Welcome
So
menu.
if you're on Twitter, give us a
Page 1 of
follow
3.
at the BVI
Press B to quit to
Pilots.
desktop. Press L stick to read support and release notes.
I don't need to.
Welcome. Profile. Button. Flight training. Activities. Marketplace. World map. World map screen.
Okay.
Flying in Cup Crafters X Cub. From select departure runway. To select arrival runway. Flight conditions, live weather. Pop-up window. Load/save flight files. You can save flight files,
I need to load
.flt,
one.
and flight plans,
Let's see.
.pln. Note that .pln
This is
files
tricky.
will only be saved if you have a valid flight plan. You can load flight files at any time. Below are 4 buttons. 1. Load from Xbox Cloud Storage.
Okay.
2.
2.
Load from this PC. 3. Delete from Xbox Cloud Storage. 4. Cancel.
NWSE size cursor Microsoft normal cursor open
Here we
files
go.
of type file name items view list names DCE not selected 1 of 6 missions 2 of 6 packages 3 weather 4 pin to line MFS line 29 Jan 23.pln 5 of 6 type temporary flight.f pin to line MFS line 29 Jan 23.pln 5 of 6 type
Is this it?
PLN IKINDKDTW
Yeah.
date modified pin to line date modified edit 01/29/pin to line
Very cool.
Runway. OK. Button. STW222. I didn't see you in the V Fly into kind earlier and I was disappointed. Press L to show legend.
No, I had college today. I wasn't able to join the event. It started before I was able to join.
Okay. Button. Departures, Mirrored 723R. Drop down list. Mirreds. Button. Ed Mua. Mirrored. Indianapolis INTL button. Press ESC to go back. Indianapolis runway 23R. Aircraft selection and customization.
Yeah, I wanted to. Hopefully, they're going to try to do something on a Sunday. Because I can't really do anything on Saturdays, man. I don't have...
Press search bar. Text entry field.
I don't have time
Select to enter text.
to do it.
Cubcrafters NX STW222 Boeing 747. That was the most aircraft I've seen from a non-event. I guess everyone had the same idea to come to the only fully staffed airport in the USA. Airbus A310-300.
That was amazing, dude. I was...
Airbus A320 Neo Cruise Speed 400.
I went in and was talking to Declan.
Aviat Pitts Special S1. Airbus A320 Neo Cruise.
I went in and was talking to Declan and...
A320 Neo.
I heard the BVI pilots, all of us was over there.
STW222.
I wasn't there, but
VRC says I saw 92 aircraft.
Wow, man, that's incredible. Yeah, Declan's like,
STW222.
we had quite a few of us from BVI there. He said that everybody else just started rolling in. I was like, man, that's amazing. That is amazing. Freaking awesome, man. So hopefully we can do something on a Sunday. Are you able to see what I'm doing, Steven? Like, you can see the window, right? I just want to make sure because I've got some sight, but my eyes have been really messing me here lately.
Aviat Pitts Special Airbus A3 Aircraft Selection and Customization Menu STW222. Approach was like, all of a sudden I saw a green blob of aircraft on the ground. Press B to go back. Robert Hutton. Press Y to open filters. Hi, happy flying. Press X to show legend. STW222.
Hey, thanks, Robert.
I see the sim.
Okay, good. I just wanted to make sure. Does anybody know on 2020 when you load the flight plan in, do I still need to select the runways from this menu? And the airports and stuff, or does it do that automatically?
Runways. Button. Press B to go. Frequencies. Runways. KDTW. But. Suede.
Oh no, it
Button.
is there. Okay.
Okay. Button. Ed Mua. Button. Mirreds. Indianapolis INTL button. Press B to STW222. High altitude airways. I have no idea. Drop down list. I haven't used the built-in flight planner in years. Choices. It doesn't work well.
Well, I imported my flight plan, is what I'm saying, so I didn't know if I needed to...
Search results, 0. IFR, High Altitude Airways. Drop down list. Select to view. VFR. VFR. Direct. STW222. If you imported, I would guess the runway is fine. IFR. Low altitude airways. Robert Hutton. High altitude airways. You can start at a gate and then spawn to the right runway with TFM. IFR. High altitude airways. Drop down list.
Okay.
Select view available choices.
Let's see. So I got
Press
that.
Go back. Press Y to open. Kind. Button. Use right stick left and right to scroll the section. Search results, 0. Press B to go back.
Let me.
Press Y to open STW222. Back. I'm kinda disappointed I didn't do like a pop-up stream for the V Flying. It was crazy with that many aircraft. Search results, 0.
I was amazed. Like I said, I went up on the...
Mirrors.
I went up on the server for a little bit and...
Press X to show legend.
I was like, man, this is...
Press view button to
this
load
is incredible.
Fly. Button.
Let me see here. This
Press
should
B
put
to go
me.
back. Press Y to open. Zoom out. Fly. Press View button to look. Press X to show let. Press Y to open filter. Search results. Welcome. Button. IFR, High Altitude, World Map.
STW222.
Aircraft selection and customization
Us ATC
menu.
definitely had a
Runway,
plan since you guys
23R.
teleport around.
Drop down list. Select to view available choices.
There we go.
IFR, High Altitude Airways. Drop down list. Select to enter text. IFR, High Altitude Airways. Drop down list. Runway, 23R. 5R 9,993 feet of asphalt. Drop down option. Search results, 0. Text entry field. Select to enter text. IFR, High Altitude Airways.
Oh, come on, I don't want that.
Drop down list. Runway, 23R, runways 5R 23L 1432 5. Press X to show legend.
STW222. We put all V pilots on 23 left and everyone
Press X
else
to
on
show
23 right.
Press View button to load/save.
This should.
Add MUA. Button. OK. Button.
There's a
Use right
message
stick
there.
left and right to scroll the section.
I don't know what it is though. It says okay, but I
Press B
don't.
to go. Runway, 14. Drop down
I
list.
don't know what it is though.
Kind Indianapolis. Runway, 14. Drop down list. IFR, High Altitude Airways.
Why does it keep
Drop
going
down
back
list.
to that?
Search results, 0. Text entry field. Select IFR, High Altitude Airway. 23R 11190 feet of asphalt. Drop down option. Use right stick up and down to scroll the UI. Press B to go back. Gate 0 gate small. Drop down option. Use right stick up and down to scroll the UI. Press B to go back. Press A to validate. Gate 7 gate small. Gate 8 gate small. Gate 9 gate small.
Here we go.
Runway, 14. Gate 11 gate small. Drop down. Gate 17 gate
STW222.
small.
Well, I'm headed to sleep. Hope to see you on the next V flight
Runway,
into Indy
14.
airspace.
Gate 9 gates.
Maybe Louisville
19
or
gate
Cincy
small.
next time.
Yeah, I'm hoping
down
so, man.
option.
I'm
Use
really
right
hoping
stick up
that I'll
and
get
down to
to
scroll the UI.
join.
Press B to go back. Gate 22 gate small. Drop down option. Use right stick up and down to scroll the UI. Press B to go back. Gate 22 gate small. Gate 24 gate small. Gate 27 gate small.
Here we go.
Gate 29 gate small.
I'm hoping so, buddy.
Drop down option.
Have a good night, though, man. It's good seeing
Use
you.
right stick up and down to scroll the UI. Press B to go back. Runway, 14. Gate 30 gate small. Gate 31 gate small. Gate 32 gate small. Parking 44 ramp cargo. Drop down option. Press B to go back. IFR, high altitude. Runways. Button. Frequencies. Zoom in. Zoom. Fly. Press A to validate. Fly. Button.
There we go. So, bear with me, guys. I'm doing something new here. So, I usually use the built-in flight plan builder, but I've imported the flight, so I'm gonna try it this way.
24%.
Flying a A320, going ahead from Indianapolis up to Detroit. Yeah, I was in college all day, Saturday all day. It sucks because I you know,
Loading, please wait.
Monday through Friday,
66%.
I'm busy, work. Saturday I have college, and then I have one day for me time. So I try to fly every time I get a chance. And thanks for telling me that, Robert. Supposedly, TFM is no longer spammy with the messages, because I know if you tried to use TFM with FStramp, FStramp would spam you out with the pitot heat on, heading off. And they say it's fixed. We're going to try to load TFM with FStramp and see what it does.
Loading, please wait.
See if we can
80%.
do this without
Loading, please wait. 80%.
using AI.
Loading, please wait. 83%. Loading, please wait. 83%.
Last year of college. I don't think I'm going to do any
Loading,
more
please
after
wait.
this year. I think
83%.
get my bachelor's. I think I'm going to be done. I mean, people trying to encourage me to go for my master's, but
Ready to fly. Button.
so I wonder.
Folder view. FS Airline 6. Fly Central 18. FS Reader 3. Flight Simulator. FSDT Live.
Disable
FS Airlines.
notifications.
FSDT install. FStramp for MSFS111064. Wait cursor. Normal cursor.
To assist with procedures and
Open file
controls
location.
during flight
Open O. Open
notifications
file.
like
Run
this
as
will
administrator.
occasionally
Folder
be
view list.
displayed.
FStramp for
To customize
MSFS111064.
how
Normal
often
cursor.
these
App
messages
start cursor.
appear, press menu button to access the assistance options menu and
Normal
adjust
cursor.
notification frequency.
App start cursor.
FStramp might be
Explore. FStramp left parent. Not responding right parent. Normal cursor.
it might be laggy. If it don't work, I'll
Dash
just,
FStramp. Map 1.
we'll close it and just not
Microsoft
use
Flight
it,
Simulator
but
dash 1.30.12.0. Microsoft Flight Simulator dash 1.30.12.0. FStramp row 1 column 2. FStramp row 1 column dash FStramp map 1.
okay.
Screen review WK generic.
For an authentic
Microsoft.
experience, use the
Top,
checklist
land,
panel to
bottom,
validate the
land.
status of the aircraft throughout the flight.
Microsoft Flight
You
Simulator
can
dash 1.
access this panel by
FStramp
toolbar
row 1
if it
column
is not
2.
already open.
Dash FStramp map 1.
Alternatively, you can ask the AI Pilot Assist to auto-complete the checklist.
Microsoft Flight Simulator dash 1.30.
348. Yeah.
Dash FStramp map 1.
Here we go.
Generic as dash Allen 3. Generic. Top land. Bottom
Engine not
land.
started.
Microsoft
To
Flight
start
Simulator
engines,
dash
press right bumper plus D-pad
1.30.12.0.
right.
All right. Tramp is
FStramp row 1 column 2. Dash FStramp map 1. Dash FStramp. Microsoft Flight Simulator dash 1. Start window. Search window. Search. Microsoft Flight Simulator dash. Microsoft.
here we go.
Indy clearance delivery BVI 9er Delta Whiskey IFR
Folder view.
to Detroit
FStramp C.
Metro. Ready
FS
to
Airlines.
copy.
Fly Central 8. FStramp C. FS Airlines 16 of. App start cursor. Normal FS Airlines. Login button. Edit. Edit selected Viper 1. Edit. Edit select land.
New
Edit.
sub-objective.
Star. Land.
Tune ATC
Login
radio
button.
to
Rest.
request IFR
BVI
clearance.
9er
Dash
Delta
button. Carrot.
Whiskey
X.
cleared
Home.
to Detroit
Op.
Metro
Flight.
Airport.
Fly.
As
Rest.
filed.
Dash button.
Takeoff
Carrot.
runway
X.
2 tree
Exit.
right climb
Fuel
and
up.
maintain
Rest.
7,000 feet.
Dash button. Carrot. X
Departure
button.
on
Fly. Button.
124
Rest.
decimal 905 squawk 6001.
Dash button. Carrot button. X button. Exit button. High speed approved button.
Contact ground.
Ops 29.0.0 left parent.
Oh, whoops, hold on.
FS Airlines.
New
Indy
objective,
ground
prepare aircraft for
BDI-9
taxi.
Whiskey.
Restream chat
Requesting
row.
pushback.
Star untitled. Microsoft
One
Flight
steps.
Simulator. Microsoft.
BDI-9 Delta Whiskey pushback request accepted.
All right. We are.
Not connected to simulator.
Oh, crap. Let me get TFM going here. It's going to stutter a little bit because I'm moving windows around.
This PC window. Items view list. Items view list. Devices and drive.
But that's just temporary, guys.
Items view list. Finish.log 6. FSX20. FSUI PC720. Items view list.
New sub-objective.
FSUI PC.
After reaching safe maneuvering distance, ask ATC to end pushback.
Open O. Run as administrator. Items view list. FSUI PC7.app start. C colon backslash FSUI PC7 backslash. Graphic number. Airport. FSUI PC7 console. FSUI PC7 row 1. FSU. Date model.
control.
FSUI. Sound. FSUI PC7 con. Microsoft Flight Simulator dash 1.30.
The aircraft is currently
Microsoft
being
Flight
flown
Simulator.
by the AI Pilot Assist and will not
Number
accept
1
user
starter
input.
engaged. Start window.
Okay, here we go.
Microsoft Flight Simulator dash 1. Taxiway at total fuel
Indy
colon
ground
23,000.
BDI-9 Delta
Taxiway
Whiskey.
at time.
Requesting the
Use
end of
ATC
pushback.
radio to request taxi clearance.
BDI-9 Delta Whiskey request to end pushback received.
All right, here we go.
Indy ground BDI-9 Delta Whiskey with Whiskey ready to taxi IFR.
BDI-9 Delta Whiskey taxi to and hold short of runway 23 right via taxiway Lima Delta Alpha Golf. Contact tower on 120.9 when ready.
Alrighty, 23 right.
Park and break off.
Taxiing hold short runway 23 right via taxiway Lima Delta Alpha Golf BDI-9 Delta Whiskey.
New objective, taxi to edge of the runway. One steps. You now have clearance to enter the taxiway area and follow the designated route to your assigned runway. To begin, gently apply throttle until ground speed reaches approximately 15 knots using rudders to steer. Listen for ATC instruction and route.
Pretty
and be
cool because it
prepared
gives
to
you
stop and give
directions
way
on
to other
everything you
ground
need to be
traffic.
doing. All the way doing your pushback, going to taxi into your runway, even going down the runway and taking off. Kind of gives you an idea of how much to apply to your yoke. Pretty cool stuff. I'm probably going to turn off the ATC where it gives all the messages. Not the ATC, but the directions. I don't really need the directions. All right.
0 knots ground speed. 7 knots indicated. Recognizing. Result document. GPS. E15. ENR. 001 fuel. Objectives. Taxi to edge of the runway. Accelerate to maximum Z ground speed : at. Asana bullet. C. Airspeed. Engine. Number 1. Number 2. AOH star laps trim. Altus. 609 VS. 698. Altus. Microsoft Flight Simulator -1.30.12.0. 1 knots ground speed. Taxiway at kind. 0 knots ground speed. 6 knots indicated.
I'm not sure. We're waiting on something.
Zero knots ground speed.
Come on, fellas, what are we waiting on?
One knots ground speed. 1 knots ground speed. 1 knots ground speed. 1 knots ground speed. 2 knots ground speed. 3 knots ground speed.
Okay, we're moving.
6 knots ground speed.
Very good.
Tips. Flight state, taxi.
Taxiway Ella kind.
We're taxiway Lima.
11 knots. 11 knots.
Taxiway at kind.
11 knots.
Taxiway Ella kind.
11 knots. 11 knots. 12 knots.
12 knots.
Total fuel : 23,200.
23,000 pounds of fuel.
13 knots. 12 knots.
Got a full load of cargo.
11 knots.
Taxiway Ella kind. 9 knots ground speed.
Not a bad airplane. I will be telling you tomorrow we will be doing a long flight in the 787 Dreamliner. We're gonna be flying to EGLL from, I don't know yet. I can't tell you where from yet, but I will get back to you on that. Okay, my friends? Okay. Right now, we got to fly this A320 Neo. We will fly to Detroit. And, hopefully, the temperature...
Microsoft Flight Simulator -1.30.12.0.
Now, I did do a thing. Hopefully, that maximized the window. I don't know 100% if it did, but it should have.
11 knots.
Try to see if we can hear any other planes coming in while we're doing this. Oh goodness, you guys. Want to thank any of you that come in to watch the video. I hope you guys enjoy it. Want to remind you that we've got a giveaway we're going to be doing on March 1st. March 1st. Whoever gets first place will win $100. Second place is paying out at $50, and third is paying out at $25. It is gift card cash. So it's we're calling it the Mad Cash giveaway, and all you got to do, it's real simple. You just need to get people to come and subscribe, and when they do, if you get the most people, let's say you get 5 people subscribe, and everyone else got 3 or less, or 4 or less, or 5 or less, you would win the $100. Same for second,
AI control.
and then same for third.
The aircraft is currently being flown by the AI pilot.
But if you're the
assistant, will
only
not accept
one that
user
gets
input.
subscribers,
Resume manual.
and when we tally up, you'll win
11 knots.
$175 of
11 knots.
Mad Catch giveaway. All right, so
12 knots.
it's
12 knots.
Microsoft.
up to you
13 knots.
if you want to participate. It'd be great if you did.
13 knots. 13
And
knots.
also giving thumbs up, sharing the channel,
13 knots.
all that stuff we appreciate.
13 knots.
And it's just a way for me to give back to you guys.
12 knots.
It's look, these
12
videos are nothing without you guys. It means nothing.
12 knots.
Would I still sim?
12
Sure
knots.
I would. But
12 knots.
I wouldn't do it on YouTube. If
12 knots.
if you guys wasn't part of it, I wouldn't do it.
12 knots.
I wouldn't go on YouTube. I wouldn't go on Twitch.
12 knots.
But here we are.
12 knots.
Our YouTube channel is pretty easy to
12 knots.
remember. It is
11
youtube.com/at
11 knots.
BVI Pilots 4480. So again, that's youtube.com/at symbol BVI Pilots 4480. 4480.
Three knots ground speed.
Taxiing always takes a little while. Come on, people. Come on. Get your act together, people. Dag nab. Daggity nab nab. Let's see.
Flaps 0.
Why is there no flaps out here? What's going on?
Flaps 0.
Maybe it's
12 knots. 14 knots. 15 knots. 17 knots. 19 knots. 20 knots. 20 knots. 20 knots. 20 knots. 20 knots. 18 knots. 18 knots. 17 knots. 16 knots. 14 knots. 13 knots. 12 knots. 11 knots.
Come on, ATC, get your act together. I'm ready to roll up out of here.
9 knots ground speed.
Eleven knots. 12 knots. 12 knots. 13 knots. 13 knots. 12 knots.
Oh, now we need flaps.
Flaps 0.
Where's our flaps? Where's our flaps?
13 knots.
Wind colon 209 knots. Gust at 0 knots.
15 knots.
43
18
degrees.
knots.
I don't think that
20
temperature's
knots.
accurate. Let's find out. Hey,
19
Google,
knots.
what is the temperature
17
at
knots.
Indianapolis Airport?
17 knots.
43 degrees.
16 knots.
I guess it is. It says
14 knots.
43.
Wind colon
13
209
knots.
knots. Gust at 0 knots.
Hey, Google,
12 knots.
what is the wind at Indianapolis International
knots.
Airport?
Wind colon 212 knots. Gust at 0 knots.
I got 12 knots, but it says 9.
Nine knots ground speed.
All right.
12 knots.
Taxiway G at
14
9.
knots.
We're at taxiway Golf.
15 knots. 17 knots. 19 knots. 20 knots. 20 knots. 20 knots. 20 knots. 20 knots. 20 knots. 19 knots. 17 knots. 16 knots. 15 knots. 14 knots. 13 knots. 12 knots. 11 knots.
Parking brake on com 1 colon
Indy Tower
120.9.
BVI
New
9
objective,
Delta
prepare
Whiskey
to enter
at
runway.
Go.
2 tree right
Here we
ready
go,
for
folks.
departure IFR
Taxiway
Detroit
G at 9.
Metro.
BVI 9 Delta Whiskey
New
altimeter
sub-objective,
0.038.
align aircraft on runway center light.
Cleared for takeoff runway 2 tree right.
Flaps 0. Parking brake off.
Cleared for
Flaps
takeoff
0.
runway 2 tree right BVI 9er Delta Whiskey.
Parking brake on. Parking brake off. Flaps 0. 0 knots ground speed.
Prepare for takeoff.
0 knots ground speed.
You now have clearance
Flaps
to
0.
enter your designated runway. Gently apply throttle and use rudders to steer onto the runway center line and line up for takeoff.
Get ready, folks.
Flaps 0.
Don't understand why there's no flap. Why? Well, TFM saying no flap. Let me see something.
TFM is shutting down.
We'll restart TFM. It might be just be a bubbity dud. It's just a little staticky because TFM's loading again. Yeah, I didn't even think about.
Current aircraft: Airbus A320 Neo Asobo. Loading airport database. Number 1 starter engaged. Number 2 starter engaged. Number 1 ignition on. Number 2 ignition on. Number 1 generator active. Number 2 generator active. A PU generator active. Airports database loaded.
Oh, it did load. Okay, it did load it. Hell.
Trim up: 0.04. Trim up:
New
trim up:
objective
0.
takeoff on
Trim
runway.
3. Trim disabled. Flaps 10.
There we go. We
Yes.
got flaps, baby. Here we go
31
now.
knots.
Hold on, folks. Here we
49
go.
knots.
Yeah.
68 knots. 85 knots. 103 knots. 120 knots. 139 knots. Airborne. 154 knots.
Subject
Yaw damper active. Wind leveler
raise
active.
aircraft nose and lift off. Joystick. New objective complete. Initial
1,000
climb
feet.
to 500 feet AGL.
Flaps 4. Gear up. Dot.
Flight stick.
BBI 9er Delta Whiskey contact. Indianapolis.
Auto throttle arm. Airspeed hold active. AP altitude: 7054 feet.
Good day.
AI control.
Going to 124
3143 feet per minute.
5 BVI 9er Delta Whiskey.
2,000 feet. Com 1:
Indianapolis
124.95.
departure BVI 9er Delta Whiskey is at 2,100 feet, climbing 7,000 feet.
BBI 9er Delta Whiskey Indianapolis departure altimeter 30.03. Continue to NEO as planned.
3,000 feet. AP altitude: 7054 feet.
Climb phase. After completing the initial phase of takeoff,
Gear up.
maintain
Dot.
a steady
Gears
rate of
up.
climb to reach
Flaps
cruise
0.
altitude.
4,000 feet.
Flaps are in.
251 knots indicated.
We're at 251 knots.
4198 feet ASL.
4,198 feet ASL.
2090 feet per minute.
Climbing at 2,090 feet a minute.
AP altitude: 7054 feet.
AP altitude set to 7054.
5,000 feet.
Tyler Chambliss. Sounds for the supermarket.
Sounds for the supermarket.
6,000 feet. Pit T off. Pit T on.
Okay. Sounds for the supermarket. You got it, buddy.
Pit T off. Pit T on.
There's that stupid pitot heat message, so clearly that's still there. Clearly.
Pit T off.
BBI 9er Delta Whiskey
Pit
climb
on.
and maintain 15,000 feet.
Pit T off. AP altitude: 15,092 feet.
Climb
Pit
and
T on. AP
maintain
altitude:
15,000
15,100 feet.
BVI
Pit T off. Pit T
Delta
on. AP altitude: 15,092 feet. 7,000 feet. Pit T off. Pit T on. Pit T off. Pit T on. Pivot heat off. Pivot heat on. $8,000 feet. Pivot heat off. Pivot heat on. Pivot heat off. Pivot heat on.
Indianapolis Center on 119.55.
119.55.
9,000 feet.
119.55 for BVI 9er Delta Whiskey.
Pivot heat off. Pivot heat on. Com 1 colon
Indianapolis Center
119.55.
BVI 9er Delta Whiskey is passing 9,400 feet, climbing 15,000
Pivot
feet.
heat off. Pivot heat on. 10,000 feet.
BVI 9er Delta Whiskey, Indianapolis Center altimeter 30.02. Continue to view as planned.
$11,000 feet. $12,000 feet. Pivot heat off. Pivot heat on. Pivot heat off. Pivot heat on.
Fix that microphone. There we go.
Delta Whiskey contact Chicago Center on
Pivot.
123.5.
I'm en route to destination. 32 minutes.
Good day.
12,864 feet ASL.
We're at 12,864 ASL.
13,000 feet.
BVI 9er Delta Whiskey.
Again, we're heading to Detroit.
23.85. Pivot heat on. Pivot heat off.
I did try to use FStramp, but I couldn't get it to stay in the front window. I was hitting Control F12, but it would just go away every time I brought it up. So I'll do some more work with Josh and figure that out, and we will use FStramp once
14,000 feet.
once we get that figured out. Okay. Gears up, flaps are in,
Flaps 0. Pivot heat off. Pivot heat on.
and that message I can't do nothing about it, folks. Put the heat on, put the heat off, put the heat on, put the heat off.
Pivot heat off.
I'm gonna write a
Pivot heat on.
song. Put the heat off, put the heat on. Say it again, on and the put the heat on, put the heat on.
AP altitude colon 29,035 feet.
29,000
AP altitude
feet.
colon 29,100 feet. Pivot heat off. 15,000 feet. Pivot heat on.
Are we climbing up to flight level 290? Tyler, what you been doing?
Pivot heat off.
I have no
Pivot
idea
heat
what
on.
you meant by that message about the restaurant or whatever the heck you said. Go, whatever the market, whatever it was. But
Pivot heat off. Pivot heat on.
I understand. You got dropped on your head when you were just a little bitty baby. No, I'm just kidding.
Pivot heat off. Pivot heat on.
Just messing with you, brother.
16,000 feet. Pivot heat off. Pivot heat on.
All right, Niner Delta Whiskey.
16,484
Currently at
feet ASL. Pivot heat
16,000
off. Pivot heat
feet.
on.
We are climbing out at
2,008 feet per minute.
2,008 feet per minute. Not too shabadelic.
0 degrees. 17,000 feet. Pivot heat off. Pivot heat on.
Put the heat up. Put the heat on. Anybody want to say it? Put the heat up. Put the heat on. Give you an outside view for a minute.
$18,000 feet.
Go to the right wing.
Pivot heat off.
There we have it, folks. There we have it.
Pivot heat off. Pivot heat on. 19,000 feet. Pivot heat off. Pivot heat on. Pivot heat off. Pivot heat on. Pivot heat off. Pivot heat on. Pivot heat off. Pivot T on. Pivot T off. Pivot T on. Pivot T off. Pivot T on. 20,000 feet. Pivot T off. Pivot T on. 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 Pivot T off. Pivot T on.
Shut up.
BVI 9er Delta Whiskey contact. Chicago
Pivot T
Center
off.
on
21,000 feet. Pivot T on.
119.85. Niner Delta Whiskey.
Going to 119.85 BVI 9er Delta Whiskey.
Pivot T off. Pivot T on. Com 1 colon
Chicago Center BVI
119.85.
9er Delta Whiskey is at flight level 215 climbing flight level 290.
BVI 9er Delta Whiskey Chicago Center. Continue to Oscar Kilo Kilo as planned.
22,000 feet. Pivot T off. Pivot T on. Pivot T off. Pivot T on. Flaps 0. Next waypoint colon Slade. Distance colon 26 nautical miles. Bearing colon 70 degrees 3 minutes 10 seconds. Pivot T off. Pivot T on. Pivot T off. Pivot T on. 23,000 feet. Pivot T off. Pivot T on. $23,729 feet ASL.
Currently at 23,000
Pivot T
feet.
off.
Climbing up to
Pivot T
flight
on.
level 290.
24,000. Pivot T off. Pivot T on. Pivot T off. Pivot T on. Pivot T off. Howard, Indiana, United States. Pivot T on. U.S. Eastern Standard Time. Pivot T off. Pivot T on. 25,000 feet. Pivot T off. Pivot T on. 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 26,000 feet. Pivot T off. Pivot T on. Pivot T off. Pivot T on. Pivot T off. Pivot T on.
Fix that mic here. Alright.
Flaps 0. 262 knots indicated.
We're at
27,000
202
feet.
knots indicated.
262 knots indicated. 27,123 feet ASL.
27,000 feet. We're climbing up to flight level 290.
1988 feet per minute.
We're at 1988 feet per minute.
Minus 45 degrees.
Minus 45 degrees.
Pivot T off. Pivot T on. 28,000 feet. Pivot T off. Pivot T on. Next waypoint colon Jobu. Distance colon 17 nautical miles. Bearing colon 53 degrees 2 minutes 8 seconds.
Alright.
28,800. 1991 feet per minute. AP altitude colon 29,100 feet. 29,000 feet. 1781 feet per minute. 1555 feet per minute. Pivot T off. Pivot T on.
BVI 9er Delta Whiskey contact. Chicago Chicago Center on 135
Pivot off.
Niner.
Pivot on.
Good day.
Yeah. I hear ya.
135.9er, BVI 9er,
Pivot
Delta
off.
Whiskey.
Pivot on. Com 1:135.90. Pivot off.
Delta
Pivot on.
Whiskey is passing flight level 295, descending flight level 290.
BVI 9er Delta Whiskey Chicago Center. Continue to Jobu as planned.
Pivot off. Pivot on. Pivot off. Pivot on. Pivot off. Pivot on. Pivot off. Pivot on. Pivot off. Pivot
BVI
on.
9er Delta Whiskey contact Chicago Center on 133.9. Good day.
Next waypoint due distance 29 nautical miles bearing 54 degrees 3 minutes 35 seconds. Pivot off. Pivot on. Pivot off. Pivot on. I'm 1:133.90. Pivot off. Pivot on.
Is at flight level 295, descending flight level 290.
BVI 9er Delta Whiskey Chicago Center. Continue as planned.
Open YouTube.
Pivot off. Pivot on.
BVI 9er Delta Whiskey contact Chicago Center on 127.55. Good day.
Pivot off. Pivot on.
127.55 BVI 9er, Delta Whiskey.
I'm 1:127.55. Pivot off.
Is passing
Pivot
flight
on.
level
Pivot off.
295,
Pivot
descending
on.
flight level 290.
Pivot off.
BVI
Pivot
9er
on.
Delta Whiskey Chicago Center.
Sounds for the super. Them are actually good sounds,
Pivot off.
Tyler.
Pivot on.
So I don't know
Pivot
where
off.
you get that at.
Pivot
That
on.
don't
Pivot
make
off.
no sense
Pivot
to
on.
me.
Pivot off. Pivot on. Pivot off. Pivot on. Pivot off. Pivot on. Pivot off. Pivot on. Pivot off. Pivot on.
BVI 9er Delta
Pivot
Whiskey
off.
over 800 feet
Pivot
above
on.
assigned altitude. Descend
Pivot
and
off.
maintain flight level
Pivot on.
290.
AP altitude 29,035 feet. Pivot off.
Flight
Pivot
level
on.
290 BVI 9er, Delta Whiskey.
Pivot off. Pivot on. Pivot off. Pivot on. Pivot off. Pivot on.
I actually timed you out, Tyler.
Pivot on. Pivot off. Pivot on. Pivot off. Pivot on. Pivot off. Pivot on.
You still with us, Robert? Or did you have to leave?
BVI 9er Delta Whiskey, please expedite your descent flight level 290.
Pivot off. Next waypoint CLRIC distance 16 nautical miles bearing 52 degrees 2 minutes 0 seconds. Pivot on. Pivot off. Pivot on.
BVI 9er Delta Whiskey
Pivot
contact
off.
Cleveland
Pivot
Center
on.
on 120.45. Good day.
Pivot off. Pivot on.
120.45
Pivot off.
for
Pivot
BVI
on.
9er, Delta Whiskey.
Com 1 colon
Cleveland Center
120.45.
9er Delta Whiskey is at flight level 300, descending flight level 290.
BVI 9er Delta Whiskey
Pivot key off.
Cleveland Center. Continue
Pivot
to
key on.
CLRIC as planned. BVI 9er
Pivot key
Delta
off.
Whiskey descent.
Pivot key on.
Maintain 17,000 feet. Keep speed not above 280 knots.
Pivot key off. Pivot key on. AP altitude colon 17,060 feet.
Descend and maintain
AP altitude colon
17,100
17,100 feet. Pivot key off. Pivot key on.
80 knots. BVI 9er Delta Whiskey.
Pivot key off. Pivot key on. $29,000 feet. Next waypoint colon Shanks distance colon 12 nautical miles bearing colon 52 degrees 1 minute 21 seconds. Pivot key off. Pivot key on. $28,000 feet.
Alright, there we go. There we go.
Minus 1995 feet per minute.
Yes, we're already starting our descent in Detroit.
Pivot key
I'm
off.
curious to
Pivot key
see how it will do with landing. It used to be it would land,
Pivot key off.
speed would stay a little bit,
Pivot
you
key
know,
on.
stay too fast.
Ezra
But,
White.
Pivot key off.
Hey man.
Pivot key on.
We'll see how that works out. Hey, Ezra, how you doing, my
Pivot key
man?
off. Pivot key on.
We are on
27,000 feet.
2020, as you might have saw in the title. Flying the A320 Neo. We took off from Indianapolis. And we are starting our descent to come into Detroit.
Pivot key off. Pivot key on. Next waypoint colon HANDL distance colon 23 nautical miles bearing colon 40 degrees 2 minutes 44 seconds. Pivot key off. Pivot key on. Pivot key off. Pivot key on. 26,000 feet. Pivot key off. Pivot key on.
Get that silly pitted heat off, pitted heat on message. That's supposed to be fixed,
Pivot
but
key off.
I'm still hearing
Pivot
it.
key on.
Maybe I need to later download the later version of TFM. I don't know. But
25,000 feet. Minus 1998 feet per minute.
our descent is minus 1998 a minute.
Pivot key off. Pivot key on. 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 24,000 feet. Pivot key off. Pivot key on. Pivot key off.
But yeah, it's
Pivot key
good
on.
to see you, Ezra. Always good to have you here, my friend.
23 minus 2,005 feet per minute. Total fuel colon 21,518.6 pounds, 3,212.1 gallons. Total fuel flow colon 1623.
I think Tim Bree
Pivot key
still
off.
gave us a little bit too much
Pivot key
fuel,
on.
but that's all right. It ain't nothing but a Ezra thing. I mean a G
Pivot key
thing, baby.
Pivot key on. Pivot key off. Pivot key on. Pivot key off 23,000 feet. Pivot key on.
Okay,
Pivot
so
key off.
listen up, folks.
Pivot key on.
Tomorrow sometime, I'm going to be doing some live streams, and until I'm finished, each live stream that I do will go in
Pivot
connection
key
with
Pivot key on.
the tutorials on
22,000
flying on
feet.
Aviative. I'm going to be
BVI 9er Delta Whiskey contact Cleveland Center on 128.
doing some
625.
tutorials there
Good day.
to help out.
128.625 BVI 9er Delta
Pivot key off.
Whiskey.
Pivot key on. Pivot key off. Com 1 colon 128.62. Pivot key on. Pivot key off. 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 Pivot key on. 21,000 feet. Pivot key off. Pivot key on. Next waypoint colon LECTR distance colon 15 nautical miles bearing colon 39 degrees 2 minutes 9 seconds. Visibility off. Visibility on. Visibility off. Visibility on. Visibility off. Visibility on. Visibility off. Visibility on 20,000
Ezra
feet.
White. Thanks, my man. Unfortunately, I'm still figuring out my microphone.
Hey, no problem, brother. I understand. If there's anything I
Visibility
can
off.
do to help you
Visibility.
out, let me know and I'll be glad to help you. You do got to, when you're on Team Talk, you do got to select the
Visibility off.
correct
Visibility on.
microphone settings under preferences. So if you need help with that,
Visibility off. Visibility on.
catch me
19,000
tomorrow.
feet.
And after I do a landing or whatever tomorrow, if I'm flying, whatever, I'll take time out to help you if that's what it is. But otherwise, hopefully you'll get that figured out.
Visibility off. Visibility on. $18,000 feet. Visibility off. Visibility on.
Ezra White.
Next waypoint colon Fava.
Thanks,
distance,
my
colon,
man.
8 nautical miles. Bearing colon.
Not I know
59
what the
degrees, 1
problem
minute,
is.
16 seconds. Visibility off.
What were
Visibility on,
those
visibility off,
tutorials
visibility
on you were
visibility off,
saying?
Visibility on.
If you ever plan on flying on 2020, Ezra, I'm going to be doing some tutorials on Aviatype.
BVI 9er Delta
That's
Whiskey
the
Contact, Cleveland Center.
thing I was on earlier doing the flight.
Good day.
You do different flights and you earn money and you can buy
Visibility off.
airports,
Visibility
you
on.
can buy
Visibility off.
all kinds of cool
Visibility on.
stuff you can do with it, but it's for 2020.
I'm 1 colon 119.95. Visibility off. Visibility on.
Passing 17,500 feet, descending 17,000 feet.
Visibility off.
BVI 9er Delta
Visibility on.
Whiskey, Cleveland Center
17,000
altimeter
minus
30
92.
decimal 01. Continue to Fava as planned.
Lanai, Michigan, United States, Eastern Standard Time.
Man, took no time to take off from Indianapolis and be here in
Next
Detroit.
waypoint colon 250 knots indicated. Visibility off. Visibility
We're
on.
right at 250 knots, folks. I don't expect that to go above, being we're coming down
Visibility
below
off.
10,000
Visibility on.
here in just a little bit.
Visibility off. Visibility on.
I'm hoping for a smooth landing. It looks like they might have fixed it. Which is a good thing.
Next waypoint colon 9. Distance colon 7. Visibility on.
Now we're looking at the back of the cockpit.
Visibility off. Visibility on. Visibility off. Visibility on. Visibility. Visibility off. Visibility on. Next waypoint colon KDTW. Distance colon 24 nautical miles. Bearing colon 53 degrees 3 minutes 41 seconds. Visibility off. Visibility on. Visibility off. Visibility on.
Descend and maintain 8,000 feet. Keep speed not above 210 knots. Expect ILS Yankee runway for left approach via Sizer transition.
Visibility off.
Clear
Visibility
to
on.
Sizer.
AP
On
altitude
approach.
colon 8038 feet. Visibility off. AP altitude
Follow
colon.
instructions to enter the traffic pattern at the arrival airport.
AP altitude
For
colon
extra guidance,
4101
use
feet.
the
AP
flight
altitude.
assistant panel in the toolbar menu or ask
Visibility
ATC
off.
for
Visibility
directions.
on. Visibility off. Visibility on. AP altitude colon 4101 feet. Visibility off. Visibility on.
And maintain 3,000 feet.
Yeah, it's doing it right
AP
now,
altitude
actually.
colon 3117 feet. 17,000 feet. AP altitude colon 3100 feet.
ILS Yankee runway for left approach via Sizer transition. Cleared to Sizer BVI 9er Delta Whiskey.
Auto throttle off. $16,311 feet ASL. Minus 1965. 327. 326 knots indicated. 325 knots indicated. 16,000 feet.
Auto throttle went off.
324 knots indicated.
We're slowing down.
Pivot heat off. Pivot heat on. Minus 2,005 feet per minute. 326 knots indicated. 326 knots indicated. 326 knots indicated. 15. Minus 1962 feet per minute. 326 knots indicated. Pivot heat off. Pivot heat on. Pivot heat off. Pivot heat on.
BVI 9er Delta Whiskey, you are 10 miles southwest of Detroit Metro.
All
Pivot
right.
heat off.
Detroit Metro
Pivot
Tower on
324 knots indicated. Pivot heat off. 323 knots in. 324 knots indicated. 323 knots indicated.
Tower on 127
Yeah, it's supposed to
decimal
slow down.
322 knots indicated.
Delta Whiskey.
322 knots indicated. 322 knots indicated.
Detroit Metro
322
Tower
knots indicated.
BVI 9er Delta
322 knots indicated. 322 knots indicated. 13,000 feet. Pivot. 323 knots indicated. 323 knots indicated.
Detroit Metro Tower.
Pivot heat off. Pivot heat on. Pivot heat off. Pivot heat on.
Yankee runway 4 left approach.
12,000 feet. Pivot heat off. 323 knots indicated. 324 knots indicated. Pivot heat on.
Delta Whiskey.
11,000 feet. 323 knots indicated. Ten 10,000 feet. 321 knots indicated. 321 knots indicated. 320 knots indicated.
Yeah, see it. 2020 still got a
9,000
bug with
feet.
that because we're at 9,000 feet and it's going way too fast.
318 knots indicated.
It's slowing down, but it should already been slower before now. But
317 knots indicated.
we'll see what it does.
8,000 feet.
What altitude does it got his level
AP
now?
altitude, Poland, 3,100 feet.
Yeah, see, I got a penalty right there. That was the FS Airline penalty
7,000 feet.
for being over speed.
315 knots indicated. AP altitude, Poland, 3,100
It's
feet.
going to level out at 3,100.
312 knots indicated. 6,000 feet. Pivot heat off. Pivot heat on. Pit 304 knots indicated. Pivot heat on. Pivot heat off. Pivot heat on. Five 5,000 feet. Pivot 293 knots indicated. Pivot heat on.
It's slowing down, but it should be at 250 before it even hits 10,000.
290 knots indicated. 289 knots indicated. 289 knots. Flaps 0.
And it should be at flaps 1. It does it a little bit differently, I guess.
286 knots indicated. 4,000 feet.
New objective, prepare to land at destination airport.
284 knots indicated. Hold 204
One
knots.
steps.
Pivot heat off. Gear down. Dot. 283 knots indicated. Flaps 0. 280 knots indicated.
It's going to end up doing a go around watch.
279 knots indicated. 3,000 feet. 275 knots indicated.
Way too fast.
269 knots indicated.
BVI 9er Delta Whiskey, wind calm, clear to land runway 4 left.
Clear to land runway 4 left BVI 9er Delta Whiskey.
254 knots indicated.
Overspeed warning.
See, we're on an overspeed. It's going to do a go around, I bet you.
Overspeed warning.
Minus 1598. 246 knots indicated. 2,000 feet.
Overspeed warning.
1925 feet ASL.
Now, it should do a go around. Let's see if it does.
Overspeed warning. Overspeed warning.
We're going way too fast. Look at that.
238 knots indicated.
Overspeed warning.
New sub-objective. Follow guidelines and land on designated
Overspeed warning.
runway.
Pivot on.
Overspeed warning.
AI should be asking for a
Overspeed
go
warning.
around.
Pivot 233 knots indicated. Pivot off. Pivot on. Minus 1079 feet per
Overspeed
minute.
warning.
Flaps 15. 1,000 feet.
Overspeed warning.
219 knots indicated. Pivot off. Pivot on.
Overspeed warning.
208 knots indicated. Pivot off. Pivot on.
Well, it's going to land
Overspeed
at
warning.
like 200 knots.
195 knots indicated. Yaw damper off. Wing leveler off.
On ground.
Spoilers retracted.
177
Pivot
knots.
off. Flaps 13. Pivot.
165 knots.
0.8.
146
Flaps
knots.
139 knots indicated. Pivot off. Pivot on.
121 knots. 98 knots.
Delta Whiskey.
88 knots indicated.
77 knots.
Landed.
54 knots.
I mean, it did it.
35 knots.
Pivot off. Pivot on.
14 knots.
Pivot off. Pivot on.
New sub-objective. Tune ATC radio to ground and request taxi clearance.
FS Airlines. Dash button. Pivot off. X button. Exit button. Pivot off. Pivot on. End flight button. Divert. End flight button. Dash button. Deliver packages checkbox not checked. Checked. Dash button. Caret button. X button. Exit button. End flight button. Pressed. Pivot on. Caret button. X button. Pivot off. Exit button. Next button. Dash button.
13 knots.
Next button pressed. FS Airlines.
So FS Airlines had the new
17
feature
knots.
to deliver
Dash button.
packages.
Pivot. Caret button. X button.
19
Exit
knots.
button. Next button. Pressed. FS Airline. Dash button.
11
Caret.
knots.
X button. Exit button. Next button. Pressed. Pivot. Caret button. X button. Home button. Options. Flight. Fly button.
Well, that's pretty cool for FS 2020. On FS
12
Airlines, it says deliver packages,
13 knots.
and it's got a button there you can hit
14
to
knots.
make sure you unload that your jet's being
15
unloaded.
knots.
Pivot on.
So that was cool.
16 knots.
Exit button. Fly. Exit button. Hit pressed.
17
on.
knots.
Now we're going to
12
go
knots.
to a gate.
Microsoft Flight Simulator dash 1.30.12.0. Pivot off. Pivot on. Landing rate minus 678 feet per minute.
Yeah, see, the landing rate was minus 678 because
Pivot on.
this guy
Pivot
landed at like 190 knots, 180 knots. Like, come on, man, we don't want to. What are you doing? But they've got it better than what it was. AI used to stay at like
12 knots.
250 knots and would do a go around. Sometimes it'd do like
14
2 or
knots.
3, 4 go around before it would even
15
land.
knots.
So they've improved that,
16
and
knots.
I'm glad for that.
15 knots. 13 knots.
If I can get FStramp working,
12
we should
knots.
be able to fly this with no problem now
11 knots.
without AI. But
Pivot off.
we'll see what
Pivot
happens.
on.
Maybe I'll.
Parking brake on. Com1 130.80.
Ground BVI 9 or Delta Whiskey
Pivot off.
request
Pivot
taxi
on.
to the gate.
Here we go. Taxi to the gate.
Pivot off. Pivot on.
Taxi to gate Bravo 81 via taxiway
Pivot off.
Alpha Alpha
Pivot
1
on.
Quebec Juliet 11 kilo 1 kilo.
And
Parking
I've
brake
done
off.
submitted my flight,
Taxi
so we're
to
good
gate
there.
Bravo 81
New
using
sub-objective.
taxiway Alpha
Taxi
Alpha
aircraft
1
towards
Quebec
destination.
Juliet 1 kilo BVI 9 or Delta Whiskey.
So yeah, there we go, guys. I'll stay on here until we get to the gate, so you guys can see fully what it does here. Like I said, I think the speed could have been a lot better.
Pivot off.
Next
Pivot
time,
on.
what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off AI and set my speed and then turning back on.
Pivot T off. Pivot T on. Pivot T off. Pivot T on. Pivot T off. Pivot T on. Pivot T off. Pivot T on. Pivot T off.
Appreciate everybody watching the video tonight. I know it's late.
Pivot T on.
But again, I go to college all day on Saturdays.
Pivot T off. Pivot T on.
So, wanted to get a chance to test this out.
Pivot T on.
And it's okay. It's not bad. I do have the PMDG. We'll be doing as a matter of fact, instead of the 7.8 later today, we'll fly the PMDG 737. Because that we do have full flight control and everything's pretty full and everything. By the way, folks, there is an update for the first officer next. If you've not updated, you can go ahead.
13 knots.
Next time you're flying, make sure you do your updates.
15 knots.
If you have GSX,
18 knots.
they've got features now with first officer next
20 knots.
for
Pivot T off.
boarding,
Pivot T off.
19 knots.
unboarding,
Pivot T off.
cargo.
Pivot T
18
on.
knots. 17 knots. 17 knots.
Pivot T off. Pivot T on.
18 knots.
Pivot T off. Pivot T on.
17 knots. 15 knots.
Pivot T off. Pivot T
14
on.
knots. 14 knots. 14 knots.
Pivot T off. Pivot T on.
13 knots. 12 knots. 11 knots. 12 knots.
Pivot T off.
12 knots.
Pivot T on.
12 knots.
Pivot T off. Pivot T on.
12 knots. 13 knots. 13 knots. 13 knots. 13 knots. 13 knots.
Pivot T off. Pivot T on.
13 knots. 12 knots.
Pivot T off.
11 knots.
Pivot T on. Pivot T off. Pivot T on.
Now watch this.
Navigation on. Beacon on. Taxi. Num lock on. Park and brake on. Pivot T off. Pivot T. Pivot T off. Pivot T on. Pivot T off. Pivot T on. Pivot T. Pivot T. Flaps 0. Taxiway A1 at KDTW. Park and brake off.
Turn the AI back on, let him get to it. Actually, no.
Total fuel colon. Num lock off. Num lock. Pit. Park and brake on. Pivot T on. Pivot T off. Pivot T on. Pivot T off. Pivot T on. Pivot T off. Pivot T off. Pivot T on.
Parking brake engaged.
Pivot T off. Pivot
To
T on.
disengage parking brake, press D-pad left.
I'm trying to
Pivot key
see
off.
if there's a hot
Pivot
key
key on.
to shut this thing off, but
Pivot key off. Pivot key on. Paused. Number 1 ignition off. Number 2 ignition off. A PU generator off.
I'm looking at my switches here, you guys.
Microsoft Flight Simulator.
I'm not sure what it did.
FSUI PC7 console. FSUI. Microsoft. Microsoft Flight Simulator dash 1.30.12.0. Recognizing. Result doc. Crater I logbook. Crater I logbook. Departure. Arrival. Operational takeoffs.
Oh, it's the
Microsoft Flight
logbook.
Continue. Button. Continue. Back to main menu. Button. Continue. Button.
Unpaused. Number 1 ignition on. Heading lock active. Pivot key off. Pivot key on. Next waypoint colon. Dot distance colon. 0 nautical miles. Bearing colon. 0 degrees. 0 seconds. Airspeed hold off. Beacon off. Landing on. Taxi off.
Minimizing
Number
light
1
panel.
ignition off. Number 2 ignition off. A PU generator off. Avionics master off. Navigation off. Logo off.
Well,
Microsoft Heading lock off.
we got different views here. If I kill that APU,
Park and brake off. Park and brake on. Park and brake off. Park and brake on. Park and brake off. Park and brake on. Park and brake off. Park and brake on.
Oh,
Park and
stop
brake
it.
off. Park and brake on. Park and brake off. Flaps 2.
flaps.
Flaps 0.
Expand UI panel. Button.
Stop it.
Park and brake on.
I was trying to see How do you turn that off?
Nav lock active. Nav lock off.
That's nav lock.
Altimeter : 1017 30.02 in. Wing leveler active.
Wing leveler.
Wing leveler off. Flight director off. Navigation on. Beacon on. Navigation off. Navigation on. Beacon. Navigation off. Landing on. Landing off.
Well,
Num lock off. Top. Land. Bottom. Land. Land. Num lock on. Bottom. Top. Num lock off.
Minimize UI panel. Button.
Num lock on. Park and brake off. Park and brake on.
anyways. You can hear an airplane over there. So, anyway, guys.
Ops 29.0. Start recording check. Stop streaming checkbox checked.
Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And remember, we got that contest going March 1st. Get some subscribers over here because you could win $100, $50, $25, or $175. So, we're doing that to show our appreciation, because I appreciate you guys watching, giving tips, advice. If there's anything I can ever do to help you, by all means, please let me know. Till next time,
Stop streaming checkbox checked.
you guys take care.